Welcome to the weekly FreelanceBar podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Where we help you navigate
the
ever-changing world of tech and culture.
Absolutely.
I'm Scott.
I'm Sarah.
And we have a ton of fascinating news stories curated just for you.
The internet has been so busy this week.
It's been wild. So
let's break it down.
Yeah, let's unpack the highlights that matter most to you.
We've got some true crime.
Yeah.
Some AI advancements.
Oh, yeah.
And even the return of a familiar face from
the
early days of the internet.
I love those stories.
Yeah.
Speaking of true crime.
Okay.
This first story feels ripped from a movie.
All right.
Remember Tyrone Rose and Shamara Simmons?
Oh, yeah. I remember those names.
They're accused of using a loophole on StubHub to snag and resell nearly 900 concert tickets.
Wow.
I know.
That's a lot of tickets.
And not just any tickets. We're talking those highly sought-after Taylor Swift Eras tour tickets.
Oh, wow. Among others.
Among others, yeah.
Okay, so not just Taylor Swift.
Not just Taylor Swift.
That's it.
All kinds of concerts.
Okay.
The craziest part is they allegedly raked in a cool $600,000.
Wow.
$600,000.
Wow. $600,000.
Okay, but it doesn't end there.
It doesn't end there.
The investigation is ongoing. It's pointing toward a larger network.
Potentially even organized crime.
Wow.
It makes you wonder, right?
Yeah.
Is this just the tip of the iceberg?
Right. Are there more people involved?
Yeah, and how many unsuspecting fans got caught up in this scheme?
It's a good reminder to be so vigilant.
Oh, yeah.
When you are...
Especially with concert tickets.
Especially with concert tickets, right? Yeah. Stick to those reputable sources whenever possible.
Yeah, if a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah, exactly.
Now let's switch gears to something a bit more practical. 1Password.
Yeah.
The popular password manager.
Just launched a new feature called Nearby.
Nearby.
It lets you access passwords based on your location.
Interesting.
Imagine you're at the coffee shop.
Okay.
You need to log into their Wi-Fi.
Right.
Boom, the password pops up.
Oh, wow.
Without you having to scroll through your entire vault.
Okay, that definitely sounds convenient.
Yeah.
But I do have some security questions.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like, how does 1Password determine your location without compromising your privacy?
Right.
They claim no location data is stored.
Right.
But how can we be sure?
Right. What happens if your phone gets lost or stolen?
That's true.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Between convenience and security.
Right.
That each user needs to weigh.
I think that's a great point.
It's always a balancing act.
Yeah.
With these new features.
For sure.
Speaking of balance.
Yeah.
They're stepping up their game with enhanced AI search capabilities.
Interesting.
They've moved beyond beta.
Okay.
And fully integrated AI into their search engine.
I think it's fascinating how they're trying to compete with these huge players like Google while staying true to their privacy-first mission.
Yeah. It's a tightrope walk.
Absolutely.
That they're trying to manage.
You can actually adjust how often you see those AI-generated answers.
Okay.
And they have this new DuckDuckGo's chatbot that doesn't require an account.
Oh, wow.
So
very privacy focused.
Yeah.
And get this.
Okay.
They're hinting at upcoming features.
Cool.
Like web search capabilities.
Oh, wow.
Voice interaction.
Nice.
And potentially even subscription access.
Okay.
To more advanced AI models.
All right.
So do you think they can really challenge Google's dominance?
It's a tough question.
It is a tough question. Yeah.
I mean, will they be able to offer a truly compelling user experience to entice people away from Google's vast ecosystem?
Yeah.
But I do think that their commitment to privacy might just be their winning ticket.
It might.
Especially as people are becoming more aware of how their data is being used.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to Reddit.
Okay.
Where they're trying to clean up their platform.
Okay.
By cracking down on upvotes for banned content.
Okay.
Specifically violent material.
All right.
If you repeatedly upvote something that violates their policies, you'll get a warning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's a difficult situation.
That is, right. Yeah.
On the one hand, they have a responsibility to minimize the spread of harmful content.
Right.
But on the other hand, it raises concerns about censorship and limiting user autonomy.
Yeah. Where do you draw the line
between
content moderation and free speech?
Yeah.
It's a tough one for sure.
Yeah.
And it's worth noting
that
this is just a pilot program.
Okay.
they might expand it
right.
to other types of content depending on the results.
Right.
Now let's talk about Apple.
Okay.
And their plans to use AI to summarize app reviews in iOS 18.4.
So no more scrolling through pages
Right.
of reviews.
Oh, good.
They'll be using what are called large language models.
Right.
Basically, very sophisticated algorithms trained on massive amounts of data to create concise summaries of user feedback.
That could be huge.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to decide between similar apps.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it makes you wonder,
okay,
could developers manipulate this system?
Right.
To make their apps seem better than they are?
Yeah.
What safeguards will Apple put in place to prevent that?
It'll be interesting to see how they address those concerns.
Yeah.
I think transparency will be key.
Yeah.
Users need to know how these summaries are being generated and what factors are being considered.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, let's talk about a blast from the past.
Oh, a blast from the past.
Digg is back.
Digg.
Do you remember Digg?
Yeah, I remember Digg.
That social news and link sharing site from the early 2000s?
Way back.
It's being relaunched by founder Kevin Rose.
Okay.
Along with Reddit co-founder Alessis Ohanian.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
I know.
So they're aiming to create a more community-focused social experience.
Yeah.
One that utilizes AI responsibly.
Right.
It's a fascinating blend of nostalgia and innovation.
Yeah. Do you think they can recapture the magic of the early Digg days?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we all just too entrenched in the current social media landscape?
That's a good question.
It is a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they come up with.
Me too.
Feels like there's a growing desire for alternative social platforms. Right. That prioritize meaningful interactions over algorithms and engagement metrics.
Absolutely.
Maybe Digg 2.0
Right.
can tap into that.
It's definitely a trend worth watching.
Yeah.
So what have we learned today? Yeah, what have we learned today?
AI is becoming increasingly integrated into our digital lives.
That's sure.
Privacy concerns are top of mind.
Absolutely.
And the social media landscape is ripe for disruption.
Couldn't said it better myself.
So what stood out to you most from today's deep dive?
I think what stood out to me the most was the DuckDuckGo's story.
Okay. Interesting.
I really like what they're doing.
Right.
And I am curious to see if they can actually, pull people away from Google.
Absolutely.
A tough challenge.
It is a tough challenge, but I really appreciate their stance on privacy.
Right.
And I think it's important.
Absolutely.
That's all for this week.
That's all for this week.
Remember to follow us.
Remember to follow us on YouTube.
Yeah.
BlueSkyandX.com.
For hourly news updates.
For hourly news updates, stay connected.